Have you ever felt a strange tingle down your spine like someone's watching you? Or maybe you've had a gut feeling that turned out to be spot on. Well, here's a mind-blowing thought. What if that's the universe trying to chat with you? Yep, you heard that right. The big, vast universe might just be attempting to strike up a conversation. Now, before you start looking around for some cosmic phone booth, let me tell you, it's not about that at all. Cosmic communication isn't some fancy term for space aliens beaming messages to Earth. It's much closer to home and way more personal. Think about it. We're all part of this enormous, amazing universe. We're made of the same stuff as stars, after all. So doesn't it make sense that we might be able to talk to it? And guess what? It's been trying to talk to us all along. But here's the kicker. Most of us have been too busy or distracted to notice. We've been like kids with our fingers in our ears, going la la la, while the universe is trying to tell us something important. But don't worry, you haven't missed out completely. The universe is patient. It's still there, still trying to get through to us. And the best part? Learning to listen and talk back isn't about learning some complicated new language or mastering difficult techniques. It's about opening up to what's already there, tuning in to a channel that's been broadcasting all along. Now you might be wondering, what's the big deal? Why should I care about talking to the universe? Well, buckle up, because this is where things get really exciting. Imagine having a direct line to the biggest, wisest, most powerful force in existence. Think about what that could mean for your life. When you learn to communicate with the universe, you're not just making a new friend. You're tapping into an incredible source of guidance, support, and wisdom. It's like having the ultimate life coach, therapist, and best friend all rolled into one. And the best part? This cosmic buddy is available 24/7, no appointment needed. But here's the thing. If you don't learn to tune in, you might be missing out on some seriously life-changing stuff. It's like having a winning lottery ticket in your pocket, but never bothering to check the numbers. The universe might be trying to point you towards amazing opportunities, warn you about potential pitfalls, or give you the nudge you need to follow your dreams. But if you're not listening, all that good stuff just passes you by. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds great, but it also sounds kind of hard. I'm not sure I can do it. Well, I've got good news for you. Communicating with the universe is actually way simpler than you might think. You don't need any special skills or talents. You don't need to be psychic or super spiritual. All you need is an open mind and a willingness to pay attention. All right, now that we've got the why out of the way, let's dive into the how. And to do that, we need to talk about something I like to call the universe mirror principle. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. In fact, it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. Here's the deal. The universe is like a giant mirror. But instead of reflecting your face, it reflects back your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Whatever you put out there, the universe sends right back to you. It's like a cosmic game of catch, but instead of a ball, you're tossing around energy and ideas. Now, this might sound a bit out there, but stick with me. Think about it this way. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to always have good luck while others can't catch a break, or how certain folks always end up in the same kinds of situations, good or bad? That's the universe mirror principle in action. If you believe good things happen to you, guess what? The universe will show you more good things. If you're always expecting the worst, well, you might find yourself bumping into a lot of not-so-great situations. It's not because the universe is playing favorites or trying to punish anyone. It's simply reflecting back what we're putting out there. This might sound a bit like that law of attraction stuff you've heard about, and there are some similarities. But the universe mirror principle goes deeper than just positive thinking. It's about recognizing that we're not separate from the universe, we're part of it. And just like we can see our reflection in a mirror, the universe reflects our inner world in our outer experiences. Now, you might be thinking, hold on a second. If the universe just reflects what we put out there, how is that communication? Isn't it just an echo? Great question. And this is where things get really interesting. You see, the universe isn't just a passive mirror. It's more like a smart mirror, the kind you might find in a high-tech fitting room. It doesn't just show you what's there, it can suggest, enhance, and even transform. When you put something out there, a thought, a feeling, an intention, the universe doesn't just reflect it back exactly as it is. It amplifies it, connects it with other energies, and sometimes even shows you aspects of it that you didn't see before. It's like having a conversation with the wisest, most insightful friend you could imagine. Let's break this down with an example. Say you've been thinking about starting a new hobby, like painting. You might start noticing art supplies on sale at your local store, or suddenly see ads for painting classes. A friend might mention they're getting rid of some old canvases. These aren't just random coincidences, they're the universe reflecting back your interest and providing opportunities to explore it. But it goes even deeper than that. Maybe you start your painting hobby and find that it brings you a sense of peace you didn't expect. Or perhaps you discover a talent you didn't know you had. This is the universe not just reflecting your initial thought, but expanding on it, showing you new possibilities you hadn't considered. The really cool thing about the universe mirror principle is that once you start to understand it, you can use it to your advantage. You can start to consciously shape what you're putting out there, knowing that the universe will reflect it back in amazing ways. But here's a word of caution. This isn't about trying to control everything in your life. That's a recipe for frustration. Instead, it's about aligning yourself with the flow of the universe. It's about recognizing that you're not separate from the cosmic forces around you, but an integral part of them. Understanding the universe mirror principle is the first step in learning to communicate with the cosmos. It helps you realize that you're already in constant communication with the universe. You just might not have been aware of it. Every thought, every feeling, every belief is like a message you're sending out, and the universe is always responding. So how do you start using this principle in your everyday life? It begins with awareness. Start paying attention to your thoughts and feelings. Notice the energy you're putting out into the world. Are you constantly worrying and expecting the worst? Or are you hopeful and open to possibilities? Then start looking at what's showing up in your life. Do you see patterns? Do certain types of situations or people keep appearing? These are clues to what you're putting out there. Remember, the universe isn't judging, it's just reflecting. So if you don't like what you see, know that you have the power to change it. This is where the real magic of cosmic communication begins. Once you understand that you're in constant dialogue with the universe, you can start to be more intentional about it. You can choose what messages you want to send out, and you can learn to better interpret the messages you're receiving. In the next sections, we'll dive deeper into how to do this. We'll explore how to understand the universe's unique language, how to be patient in your cosmic conversations, and how to harness the power of positive thinking in your universal dialogue. We'll also look at how to create a two-way communication cycle with the universe and even try out a simple exercise to get you started. Remember, learning to communicate with the universe isn't about becoming some kind of mystical guru. It's about tapping into the incredible connection you already have with the cosmos. It's about recognizing that you're not just a tiny speck in an enormous universe, but an integral part of it. And when you start to see yourself that way, amazing things can happen. So, are you ready to start your cosmic conversation? Are you prepared to unlock the secrets of universal communication? Stick with me because we're just getting started on this incredible journey. The universe is waiting to talk to you. All you need to do is learn how to listen and how to speak its language. Let's dive in and discover the incredible world of cosmic communication together. All right, let's dive into the first key of cosmic communication: understanding the universe's unique language. Now, before you start panicking about learning some complex alien code, take a deep breath. The universe's language is actually all around us, and chances are you've been picking up on it without even realizing it. Think about it this way: when we talk to each other, we use words. But the universe? It's got a whole different way of communicating. It's like a master of body language, but on a cosmic scale. The universe speaks through signs, feelings, and events in our everyday lives. It's subtle, it's constant, and once you start tuning in, you'll be amazed at how much it's been trying to tell you all along. So how do we start understanding this cosmic chatter? It all begins with paying attention. Remember those coincidences you've experienced? Those moments when you were thinking about someone and they suddenly called? Or when a song came on the radio that perfectly matched your mood? Guess what? That might just be the universe trying to get your attention. The key is to start noticing patterns. Maybe you keep seeing the same number everywhere you look, or perhaps you find yourself repeatedly overhearing conversations about a topic you've been pondering. These aren't random occurrences. They're potential messages from the universe. But here's the thing: the universe's language is personal. What means one thing to you might mean something completely different to someone else. That's why it's so important to trust your gut feelings. If something feels significant, pay attention to it. The universe often speaks to us through our intuition, that little voice inside that we sometimes ignore. Let's break this down with an example. Say you've been thinking about changing careers. Suddenly, you might notice job ads for the field you're interested in popping up everywhere. You might overhear strangers talking about how fulfilling their work is. Or you might find yourself drawn to books or movies about people following their passions. These could all be ways the universe is encouraging you to take that leap. But it's not always about big life changes. The universe can communicate about small, everyday things too. Maybe you're trying to decide what to have for dinner and you suddenly see an ad for your favorite restaurant, or you're debating whether to call a friend and their name pops up in a TV show you're watching. These little nudges are the universe's way of guiding you. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't this just seeing what I want to see? And you're right to be skeptical. It's important to strike a balance between being open to the universe's messages and not reading too much into every little thing. The key is to look for patterns, to pay attention to what feels significant, and to trust your intuition. Remember, the universe isn't trying to control your life or make decisions for you. It's more like a supportive friend, offering guidance and encouragement. It's up to you to interpret the messages and decide what to do with them. So how can you start tuning into the universe's language? Start small. Set an intention to be more aware of the signs around you. Keep a journal of the coincidences or patterns you notice. Pay attention to your dreams. They can often be a channel for cosmic communication. And most importantly, trust your gut feelings. If something feels meaningful, it probably is. Now that we've talked about how to start recognizing the universe's messages, let's move on to the second key: patience. This is a big one, folks, because let's face it, we live in a world of instant gratification. We're used to getting what we want with just a click of a button. But when it comes to cosmic communication, things work a little differently. Here's the deal. When we send a message to the universe, whether it's through our thoughts, feelings, or actions, it doesn't always answer right away. Sometimes it takes time for things to happen in our physical world. It's like planting a seed. You don't see the flower the next day, right? It takes time for that seed to grow, for the plant to push through the soil, for the bud to form and finally bloom. The same principle applies when we're communicating with the universe. We might put our intention out there, but the results don't always show up immediately, and this is where a lot of people get tripped up. They try to connect with the universe, don't see instant results, and give up thinking it doesn't work. But here's the thing. The universe is always listening, always working on your behalf. Just because you can't see the results yet doesn't mean nothing's happening. In fact, often the biggest changes are happening behind the scenes, laying the groundwork for what you've asked for. Let's use an example to illustrate this. Say you've put it out to the universe that you want to find your soulmate. You might expect to bump into them at the coffee shop the next day, but that's not usually how it works. Instead, the universe might start by bringing people into your life who help you grow and learn about yourself. You might face challenges that teach you important lessons about relationships. All of these experiences are preparing you for that big meeting with your soulmate. The key here is to keep believing, to maintain your faith even when you can't see the results yet. It's about trusting that the universe has heard you and is working on your request. This doesn't mean sitting back and doing nothing, though. You still need to take action, to be open to opportunities, to do your part. But it does mean letting go of the need to control every little detail and trusting in the universe's timing. Think of it like ordering something online. Once you've placed your order, you don't sit there refreshing the tracking page every 5 minutes, right? You trust that your package is on its way, even if you can't see it moving. Communicating with the universe works in a similar way. You put your order in, and then you trust that it's being processed, even if you can't see the progress yet. So how can you cultivate this cosmic patience? Start by practicing mindfulness in your everyday life. Learn to enjoy the present moment instead of always rushing towards the future. Celebrate small wins and synchronicities along the way. They're signs that you're on the right track. And remember, sometimes what we think we want isn't always what's best for us. The universe might take its time because it's working on bringing you something even better than what you asked for. Another important aspect of patience in cosmic communication is understanding that the universe often works in stages. You might not get the big thing you asked for right away, but you'll likely start noticing small changes and improvements. These are like breadcrumbs leading you towards your ultimate goal. Appreciate these small steps. They're proof that the universe is listening and responding. All right, we've covered understanding the universe's language and the importance of patience. Now let's dive into the third key of cosmic communication, the power of positive thinking. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oh, great, another lecture about positive thinking. But stick with me here, because this is about way more than just putting on a happy face. When it comes to communicating with the universe, the energy of our thoughts is incredibly important. Remember the universe mirror principle we talked about earlier? Well, this is where it really comes into play. The universe responds to the energy we put out there. If we're constantly focused on negative things, complaining about what's wrong in our lives, guess what? That's the kind of energy the universe is going to reflect back to us. But here's the good news. The opposite is also true. When we focus on positive things, when we cultivate feelings of gratitude and joy, the universe starts to show us more positive things. It's like tuning a radio to the station you want to hear. If you want to hear upbeat music, you don't tune into the station playing sad songs, right? Now, this doesn't mean you have to be happy all the time or ignore the challenges in your life. That's not realistic, and it's not healthy. What it does mean is being mindful of where you're putting your mental and emotional energy. Are you spending most of your time dwelling on problems, or are you focusing on solutions and possibilities? Let's break this down with an example. Say you're looking for a new job. If you're constantly thinking, "I'll never find a good job, the economy is terrible, no one will hire me," you're sending that negative energy out to the universe. And guess what? the universe is likely to reflect that back to you, making your job search even harder. But what if you shift your thinking? What if instead you focus on thoughts like, I have valuable skills to offer, the right opportunity is out there for me, I'm excited to start this new chapter in my career. Now you're putting out positive energy, and the universe is more likely to respond in kind. You might suddenly notice job openings you hadn't seen before, or run into someone who knows about a great opportunity. This isn't about denying reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing where to put your focus and energy. It's about looking for the good, even in challenging situations. Because when you do that, you open yourself up to more positive possibilities. So how can you start harnessing the power of positive thinking in your cosmic communications? Start by practicing gratitude. Each day, take a few moments to think about things you're thankful for. This could be big things like your health or your relationships, or small things like a delicious cup of coffee or a beautiful sunset. The more you focus on what you're grateful for, the more things you'll find to be grateful about. Another powerful technique is visualization. Spend some time each day imagining what you want to create in your life. See it, feel it, believe it. The more real you can make it in your mind, the more clearly you're communicating your desires to the universe. It's also important to be mindful of your words. The language we use has a big impact on our thoughts and feelings. Try to catch yourself when you're using negative language and see if you can reframe it in a more positive way. Instead of saying, I hate my job, try, I'm looking forward to finding work that I love. Remember, this isn't about pretending everything is perfect or ignoring problems. It's about choosing to focus on the good, on the possibilities, on what you want to create. It's about sending clear, positive signals to the universe about what you want to experience in your life. And here's a little secret. The more you practice positive thinking, the easier it gets. It's like building a muscle. At first, it might feel challenging to shift your thoughts to a more positive frequency, but the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. And as you start to see positive changes in your life as a result, it becomes even easier to maintain that positive focus. So, as you continue on your journey of cosmic communication, remember the power of your thoughts. Choose them wisely, focus on what you want rather than what you don't want, and watch as the universe begins to reflect back more and more positivity into your life. It's a beautiful cycle, and it all starts with the energy you choose to put out there. Now that we've covered understanding the universe's language, the importance of patience, and the power of positive thinking, let's dive into the fourth key, the communication cycle. This is where we really start to see how all the pieces fit together in our cosmic conversation. Most people, when they think about communicating with the universe, imagine it as a one-way street. They might make a wish, say a prayer, or set an intention, and then just wait for something to happen. But true cosmic communication is more like a dialogue. It's a back-and-forth exchange that keeps flowing and evolving. Here's how the standard cycle usually goes. People observe their current reality, form thoughts and feelings about it, and then wait to see what happens next. It's a passive approach that often leaves folks feeling stuck or like they're at the mercy of external circumstances. But to really connect with the universe, we need to flip this cycle on its head. Instead of starting with observation, we begin with intention. We actively choose what we want to put out there, regardless of what our current reality looks like. Set your intention. This is where you clearly define what you want. Be specific, but also open to possibilities. Remember, the universe might have even better ideas than you do. Feel it. This is crucial. It's not enough to just think about what you want. You need to feel it, to embody the emotion of already having it. This sends a powerful signal to the universe. Take inspired action. The universe loves to meet you halfway. Look for opportunities to move towards your goal and take them. Stay open and aware. This is where you start looking for signs that the universe is responding. Remember what we learned about the universe's language? Put it into practice here. 5. Acknowledge and appreciate. When you notice those signs, no matter how small, acknowledge them. Feel grateful. This gratitude amplifies your positive energy and keeps the cycle flowing. 6. Adjust and repeat. Based on what you're seeing and feeling, you might want to adjust your intention. That's okay. Cosmic communication is a fluid process. The key here is to keep this cycle going. It's not a one-time thing, but an ongoing dialogue with the universe. The more you engage in this cycle, the stronger your connection becomes, and the more in sync you'll feel with the cosmic forces around you. Now you might be wondering, what if I don't see any signs? What if nothing seems to be happening? This is where patience and trust come in. Sometimes the universe's response isn't immediate or obvious. Keep the cycle going, stay positive, and trust that things are unfolding as they should. Remember, the universe isn't just waiting around for you to tell it what to do. It's constantly communicating, constantly offering guidance and opportunities. By engaging in this active communication cycle, you're tuning into that constant flow of cosmic wisdom and energy. All right, now that we've covered the main keys to cosmic communication, let's put it all into practice with a simple exercise. Don't worry, you don't need any special equipment or skills for this. All you need is your mind, your heart, and a little bit of time. Find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed for about 10-15 minutes. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. As you breathe in, imagine you're drawing in cosmic energy. As you breathe out, let go of any tension or worries. Now think of something you want. It could be something big like a new job, or something small like having a great day. Whatever it is, make it clear in your mind. Close your eyes and imagine this thing you want. But don't just see it, feel it. Imagine how you'll feel when you have it. Let that feeling fill your body. Now, imagine sending that thought and feeling out into the universe. You can visualize it however you like. Maybe it's a balloon floating up into the sky, or a message in a bottle sailing across a cosmic ocean. Take a moment to feel grateful, as if your wish has already come true. Really let that gratitude fill you up. Open your eyes and go about your day, but stay aware. Keep an eye out for anything that reminds you of your wish. It could be something you see, hear, or even a random thought that pops into your head. When you notice something that feels like it might be related to your wish, acknowledge it. Say thank you to the universe, even if it's just in your mind. Repeat this exercise daily or whenever you feel like connecting with the universe. The key here is to stay open and curious. Don't force anything or get frustrated if you don't see immediate results. Remember, cosmic communication is a skill that gets better with practice. Now, I want to share a bit about my own journey with cosmic communication. When I first heard about all this, I was skeptical. It sounded a bit too out there for me, but I was also at a point in my life where I felt stuck and was willing to try anything. So I started small. I began paying attention to coincidences in my life. I tried the exercise I just shared with you. At first, I didn't notice much, but as I kept at it, something strange started to happen. I began to feel more connected. It's hard to explain, but it was like I was tapping into some kind of invisible network of energy and information. I remember one day when I was feeling particularly down about my career. I did the cosmic communication exercise focusing on finding fulfilling work. Later that day, I ran into an old friend I hadn't seen in years. We got to talking, and it turned out she knew about a job opening that was perfect for me. Was it just a coincidence? Maybe, but it felt like more than that. As I continued to practice cosmic communication, these kinds of coincidences started happening more and more often. I felt more guided, more supported. It wasn't that all my problems magically disappeared, but I felt better equipped to handle them. I had a sense of being part of something bigger, something wiser than just my own limited perspective. The really cool thing is, you can experience this too. It's not about being special or gifted. It's simply about being open, aware, and willing to engage with the universe in a new way. As we wrap up our journey into the world of cosmic communication, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. We've explored the universe mirror principle, discovering how the cosmos reflects our inner world. We've delved into the unique language of the universe, learning to recognize its signs and symbols in our daily lives. We've embraced the importance of patience, understanding that cosmic timing doesn't always match our human schedules. We've harnessed the power of positive thinking, realizing how our thoughts shape our reality. And we've mastered the cosmic communication cycle, engaging in an ongoing dialogue with the universe. Remember, speaking to the universe isn't about performing complex rituals or having special powers. It's about being open, positive, and patient. It's about recognizing that you're not separate from the cosmic forces around you, but an integral part of them. It's about tuning into the wisdom and guidance that's always available to you, if only you choose to listen. As you move forward from here, I encourage you to start small. Begin to notice the little synchronicities in your life. Practice the exercise we discussed. Stay open to the possibility that the universe is constantly communicating with you. And most importantly, don't get discouraged if you don't see dramatic results right away. Like any skill, cosmic communication gets better with practice. Remember, you're embarking on a beautiful journey of connection and self-discovery. Every step you take in cosmic communication is a step towards a more aligned, fulfilling life. You're learning to dance with the universe, to flow with its rhythms and energies. And as you do, you may find that life becomes richer, more meaningful, and full of wonderful surprises. So go forth and start your cosmic conversation. The universe is waiting to talk to you. All you need to do is open your heart, open your mind, and listen. Who knows what amazing things you might discover when you unlock the secrets of cosmic communication. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of how to speak to the universe. May your cosmic conversations be rich, rewarding, and full of wonder. Here's to your journey of cosmic discovery.